special guests who hopefully will be talking a lot more than I will. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves very briefly. Allison, you want to kick things off for us?
Yes. Hello, everybody, and happy Juneteenth. We free, y'all. We free. Um,
Woo!
I'm a freelance journalist. Last year, I wrote an article about Black diversity at DragonCon. I was blessed to have it nominated for an Atlanta Press Club Award. And so I plan on doing a follow up at this year's con. So I'm really excited about that. And I am leaning into the cons and cosplaying, and I'm embracing it.
Excellent, excellent. And we loved having you. I could see us pulling more and more of the nerd out of you. It was
Oh,
great. You will be one of us fully before you know it.
keep pulling, baby, keep pulling.
Yes, yes, yes. Miss Shanice.
Join us. Hi, everybody. My name is Shanice Turner. I am a voice actress located here in Atlanta, Georgia. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I've been in a few commercials, including Disney, Starbucks, so you might have heard me in the metro Atlanta area with this voice right here. I love being able to go to the convention space and just see everybody. I'm called the cute cosplayer or the cute like moderator because I moderate a few panels specifically regarding voice acting or embracing one blackness authentically.
That's a lot. Sip, you gonna follow that one up?
I'm gonna try my best. Uh, Baby boys, baby girls, what's going on with your boy SKIP.88 Tiff from Blurred over here, being a blur with DragonCon. I'm your favorite podcast host, your favorite community service project person that's in the world, and I'm glad to be here. So, yeah.
Okay. See, that's again. Now that's gonna be a tough one for me to follow. You went full radio mode there. Yeah, I'm impressed. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Channing Sherman. I'm one of the co-founders of the Black Geeks of Dragon Con. I've been a Blurred before Blurred was even a word. And I just have a lot of fingers in a lot of different pies because I like to do a whole bunch of things. So let's break down why we're here today. We're going to start out semi serious and just say, hey, it's Juneteenth and we're celebrating. And my short description for Juneteenth is it's Black 4th of July. Basically, because, that whole Independence Day back on July, that didn't really apply to us. This whole, hey, we free, when they were saying we free, and I'm gonna steal a line from Josh Johnson, everybody was saying, "Hey, we're free," and then somebody said, "Well, maybe not everybody." So yeah, so that's kind of where it came along. Galveston, Texas, is where it is credited with starting, and basically a general rolled in about 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed. And again, there was no social media. Nobody could tweet it. Nobody had no. Everybody's text messaging was limited because it did not exist. That's how limited it was. So it was that long before people knew, and it just kind of got become known as Freedom Day. And again, it's Black 4th of July. Do any of you have any particular Juneteenth memories growing up? Any special traditions?
Growing up in Illinois, we would always barbecue this time of year because, of course, it's snowing from October until April, sometimes in May. But we would always definitely go to a few festivals on the Millennial Park or we'll go barbecuing in our backyards.
Okay, and I'm just curious. I had to work today, so I have not had a chance to officially celebrate. Did any of you have any plans today?
I was gonna go out spend it with my family and everything like that because usually we be in the parade. I remember being in my first parade of because I didn't really learn about Juneteenth until I was like maybe 10. And then once I got into parade, they told me the history behind it. So being in the parade, it was quite awesome just to see everybody that look like me, just to celebrate their heritage, or celebrate our freedom, and also have our culture in it and have other people see it. So I think that was a great experience.
Yeah, I agree. I learned about Juneteenth late in life. Also, participated in street celebrations But what a tradition I would really love is if ABC could show the Blackish episode, the Juneteenth Blackish episode, like every Juneteenth. I think that would be historical.
Yes, that is one of the better portrayals of Juneteenth that you've
Yeah.
seen on TV. The Proud Family had an episode too. So if you've got kids or if you're an adult that loves animation, I definitely encourage that one. Any other shows or movies related to Juneteenth that you all can think of?
What's that show? Blackish. That show because I remember they had an episode. They did like a whole. It was kind of like a how can I say? It was like
A
a stage
musical.
play type of thing where
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
they were
musical.
singing.
Yeah,
So
that's the one she was talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was I think I love that was pretty cool how they broke down the history, but also made it fun, but it made it entertaining to learn about Juneteenth as well.
Okay, so sounds like this year at Dragon Con, some of us need to get together and actually redo that play. I'll let you work on that.
Who
Everybody
who
start working on their voices.
who was you? Who can work on that?
Is this like that whole we free thing? Who is we?
I think my queen right here, Shanice, she could do that because she's in Atlanta, so she's the spearhead.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
As long as I have some backing, I'm more than willing to do it, you know?
Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. Be careful what you say. This is being recorded and it will be used against you.
Oh, hold me accountable, but teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Very
indeed.
good.
But like Kobe said, there's an ME in that team, so it's me.
He's not wrong. So in the spirit of Juneteenth, I'm just wondering. Let's talk about some quote unquote black stuff. Um,
Let's do it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies, television. Yeah, well, that's what people who don't like the stream will probably say. But I'm thinking, movies and television. What are some of the most memorable black moments that you can think of from TV and movies? I've got one in mind that I'll give you all just to start off. Um, for a while, this was actually a verb. I once heard somebody say that they might have to Dwayne Wayne a wedding. Because if you remember that episode of
Ah,
Different World, where Dwayne Wayne
Mhm.
rolled up to a wedding and not only took the bride, but also took the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
which should not have happened for multiple reasons. But that was definitely a standout. You can just shout, please, baby, please, at
hey,
anyone, and they will know what you were talking about. Like that
that is
was,
that is black love at its finest.
oh, yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
indeed. Because it was Dwayne and Ron. Those are not
Hmm.
Mhm.
the two most physically intimidating dudes in the world. And they ran up into a wedding where the groom had like 8 groomsmen. There was a bunch of
That's
groomsmen.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then the groom side of the family,
Mm-hmm.
and then Whitley's
then you
side
had
of the family. Yeah,
then you had security there too as well. They need
right.
to be
Yeah, because he was a
fired.
senator. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
a
that's
senator.
right. That's right, man.
Yeah, them two should
Mhm.
have. They should have been thrown out like Jazz on Fresh Prince.
Uh,
You're right. But then the ultimate disrespect was, then they just went ahead and got married there. So it was what old boy had paid for.
Mhm.
I
Right.
mean, you can't
They
make
did have
money go to
options.
waste. So
I guess.
no.
And I mean, this was before Cash App, so how was he? He couldn't get his money back. He couldn't tell Dwayne, "Hey, man, you got to run me my coins."
big
No, but
facts.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But were there any that come to mind for you all?
Man,
I know there's a lot to pick from.
it
There
is.
is.
It's a ton. Oh, I say for me in Black History, I think this for me. Judge me if y'all want to. I don't care. But this one for me was very good. When Steve Urkel became Stefan,
Mm.
that kind of that kind of changed the history. Like you have this black nerd that's
Mhm.
very intelligent, and he wanted so bad to fit in with the cool kids that he made a machine. Got some. I forgot what he used to call that juice, but he made the juice to pull in the machine. He came out to be a whole different person with swag, personality, and everything. And I think that kind of had it related to me because I had wanted to be like that. I wanted to make a machine because I wanted to be accepted by my people for being cool. But I was labeled as a nerd, so I think that was like a big moment in blerdom history.
I like that moment. I always had a problem with Family Matters because it and the Parkers. Both of those shows, the premise is stalking works. If you bother and annoy the person you love long enough,
Wow, you
they
went
will
there.
submit. Yeah, I went there.
That's
Um,
if you don't get a restraining order.
right, right, right. Yes, Monique, you are correct. That episode of the BET Awards when MJ and James Brown were up there.
Yes.
Oh
That
yeah.
I
yeah,
would
that
even
was a good one.
iconic.
I would
Yes.
even put Michael Jackson and Beyonce too, like two, like.
Mm,
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. When you get some
Beyonce when
icons
Beyonce
together.
performed with Prince at the Grammys,
Yes.
that
Hmm.
was a good one. One that comes to mind is Issa Rae. I love her when she was doing a black carpet. I don't know what award show, but she said she's rooting for everybody who's black.
Yes. Yes. Which
More credit
she
to
is.
her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and she stands on that. She
And
stands on that. I'm amazed she didn't just trademark it and put it on a shirt. To be quite honest with
that's
you.
a good point because I think secretly inside we all do that. Because I know I do that with reality shows.
Hmm.
You know, because I'm a reality show nerd, but like Big Brother and Survivor. If black people are all gone, I stop watching.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My wife and daughter, they have me watching a lot of cooking competition shows,
Hmm.
Mm.
and they tease me because they know if there is a POC on the show, I'm rooting for
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
them.
most definitely.
Doesn't matter, black, Hispanic, does not matter. If you are black or brown, I'm rooting for you on the show. Doesn't matter.
But,
Yes.
but
Yes.
sometimes you got to realize the shows that you watch, you kind of like, hmm. You do have them couple, you have a few kind of like, this person is not very educated, is it? But I'm a root for him though. I was like, oh God, y'all could have picked somebody else, but we going
Oh,
with it.
oh,
Let's
I've
go.
been disappointed a few times. I've had
Yeah,
some of
Oh yeah.
those Tyra
yeah.
Banks, I was
Oh
rooting
my
for you
gosh,
moments.
yes.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
me, growing up, do you remember those PBS, like the Martin Luther King one, where the guy goes back in time?
Yes.
My friend Martin.
Yes, my friend
Yeah,
Martin. That is
yeah.
like my childhood, like Black history. My grandpa actually marched with Martin Luther King and John Lewis, and I had a chance
Oh
to meet
wow.
John Lewis himself and Andrew Young. So I feel like it's like a full-fledged moment of just seeing that as a child, not knowing that, and now as an adult, I was like, oh, literally following to my grandpa's footsteps as a voting foot soldier without even knowing it.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
That's the
It
nice.
is amazing. Yeah.
that's the honor right there.
Yeah, that is real good. Yeah, those PBS and those after school specials in general, they could sometimes go a little overboard, but when they were good, they were good. I don't
Agreed.
know if they had one, it was called Brother Future. And basically it was about this teenage black boy who was more concerned about, looking good and being cool. He had all the gold chains on and he got hit on the head and somehow in getting hit on the head, he got sent back to the times of slavery. But what was great was he got sent back to the times of slavery in his modern day clothes.
Mm.
Yeah, so he is literally, in the cotton fields in like, I guess at that time probably been like Tommy Hilfiger or something. Yeah, it was really, really weird. I encourage you all to go check it out if you ever need a good laugh. But yeah,
Brother Future. What can you find this at?
I've got to look it up. It was an after school special. I'm sure somebody's put it on YouTube.
I like how we
It,
got two
it
nows in.
reminds me of the Proud Family where
Ballet.
Penny went back in time.
Yes,
Yep.
time
Yeah.
travel's one. And yep, Monique has another good one. The episode where Whitley teaches ballet.
Hmm.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But also shout out to Misty Copeland.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that was true. A good reminder: Black people are not a monolith. I mean, we do ballet. I know black kids now who skateboard, and
Hmm.
they go all
Rollerblade.
into it. They've got the GoPros and everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I joke. I've only ever seen one. Well, I shouldn't say that. The first black person I ever saw on water skis was my older brother. And I was like, "Whoa, we don't do that." And then look, yeah, there's a whole community
Hmm.
of that. So
I ain't
it's
gonna lie.
it's yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
What's that?
We don't do that. I don't like the ocean. It's too much stuff now. I watch too much TikToks. I'm good. That's like water. No, I'm good. I'm staying on land.
I'm,
Even
I'm the
though
same
we
way with.
don't.
Oh, I'm the same way with Black Ski Weekend.
Hmm.
Um, I can't see myself on skis, so I'm very clumsy because I'm a
Right.
blurred. So I can't see myself skiing, But I'm glad They are some black people that do it. You know, more
Oh
power
yeah,
to
oh
them.
yeah.
More power
I
to you, but it
Oh
won't
yeah.
be I.
Mhm.
I can do Black Ski Weekend, but it's going to be me in the chalet drinking hot cocoa all weekend.
I'm gonna be on a very, 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 very small bunny slope. Okay, like
Yeah.
I will do it because I'm adventurous like that. But but I would love to do that. We even have like black young kids in orchestra because before we weren't
Mm-hmm.
there, and now it's like such an amazing experience when I go like to the Black Panther Orchestra and I see us there, or if I go to like Aladdin, I see us there too. It's amazing how we are not a monolith and that there's so many crevices when it comes to our interests and abilities.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. And thank you,
I
Sarah, for reminding us. Anything with Leslie Odom Jr.
mm,
That's an automatic watch.
But
So yes,
but to go
thank
back
you,
with
BDS.
but to go back with what the Queen said, basically because now we get into a day and age where now everything now that we could have did back then is being more acceptable, is being more approved by black culture now. But you could have did this a while ago. But if you was to be an orchestra or skateboard or to
mhm.
go skiing, you would be labeled and you'd be talked about like this is not
Yeah.
what we do. But now, what makes it what makes it cool now? But it wasn't
Culture.
cool back then.
I
Culture.
think
I
yeah,
would even
culture.
say about even being a blur, that was not cool. Even in
Right.
the Steve Urkel and even like being a hipster or trendy, that wasn't cool. But now
Mhm.
culture approves, so it's already in blackness. Maybe it's just a little bit hidden, but now it's
Hmm.
oh, it's more open. Now it's more like it's cool or it's trending to be like a
Yeah.
blur. Rather years ago when I would cosplay and I was told by like people, black people don't do that. When I'm
Mhm.
black and I do it. So
Exactly.
Yeah, and I love, like Channing said, that we are not a monolith. I just wish
mhm,
that society could accept that we are not a monolith. Because I know, Chan, you say a lot. We're pretty much categorized as rappers, athletes, or gangsters. I think you always say it, and so I'm not either one of those people. There's one person. Who's running for office right now, running for president right now, says that he's close to black people now because he's a felon. You know, so I'm not one. I don't know any, but like I said, we're a monolith, and that's beautiful, and it should be embraced more.
It's
Well,
agreed.
now you can speak for yourself because I'm gangster. I'm
Oh,
100%
okay.
gangster. They know my name in these streets.
Yeah,
Trust
I
me.
tell
Yeah.
people I'm not hood, I'm suburbs. So yeah, that's just me. I embrace it. I admit it.
I ain't gonna tell people I ain't hood. I'm country, and that should just be like, yeah, we know what you're about. I
Yeah,
grew up
but
in a neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood with cows and goats. Don't judge me. Good times.
gangster fluffy bottom. Yep, there you go.
well, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. I know what I don't know what you call me, but
Ooh, you from Chirac, now, man? Yeah, you gangster.
Mhm.
it's suburbs though. I don't know if they claim me.
Chicagoland,
You're just outside of the action, right?
well,
I'm happy to see you because you made it.
I made it.
seriously, seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but yeah, you
that's just North Mississippi anyway. So
not North Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi is a whole different ball field. Have you ever saw like them old black civil rights movies? They always start in Mississippi. We don't play about that.
He's not wrong. Yeah.
Think about it. Every movie that you saw about Black history came from Mississippi. Every one.
And actually, speaking of movies, that's something that kind of brought me up. That kind of made me think. There are a lot of good black movies out there, but there are
Mhm.
also a lot of black movies that involve black trauma.
Mm,
That
yes,
was it was also a good way to get an Oscar nomination. Make a movie about some black people and the trauma they're going through. And
I
God
know
bless
you
him.
mean.
I respect his hustle, but I feel like Tyler Perry just makes the same movie. It's like, let me find a black woman and put her through some kind of struggle that involves a man, and the solution to her struggle is going to be God and another man. And
You forgot about you forgot about the most important part.
was that,
The wigs.
ooh, Lord, no. The Help,
and
Precious. Yeah,
it always
exactly.
ends with a
Yes.
wedding. It always
Mm,
ends with a wedding too.
Mhm.
yes,
Like
And
it's
then,
that's
got
the
to
and then
end
happy
with a
also,
wedding.
thing that every Black woman wants is a wedding.
Yes.
exactly, and you got the family trauma.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere a gospel song
Generational trauma.
is coming in
Yeah.
there somewhere.
Right.
You
Right.
gotta remember the grandma who has all the wisdom in the family.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Just I want to see Tyler Perry do a movie. You can still have a black woman still have problems. Can her problems be she wants to get a promotion at work? Can her problems be something like
true.
that? Just once? Does it always have to be? Oh, I have a terrible man, or I have a terrible family. Can she just have some more modern day problems, please?
I'll be
Give me
right back.
that.
Let me find my charger real quick for my laptop.
Yes. Do what you got
But
to do.
I agree, but that's boring. Nobody wants to see us succeed, unfortunately.
Mm,
Um,
good
I
point.
mean, that's my opinion because if we did, I mean, we would see more realistic and black excellence, not black excellence, but black achievement to on the screen that's accepted and box office hit worthy and all that good stuff.
And go ahead.
I will also say it perpetuates a stereotype as well. That's continuous, like the overworked, tired Black woman who don't have time for her kids. So she continues a generational curse that's already been broken or supposedly broken. Now it continues to her and her children and children's children.
Yeah.
There's never
Yeah.
therapy in these movies either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see that. But you were talking about that. Even when you have a movie that shows black achievement,
Mhm.
you find out that they try to make it worse. They try to do there's a term poverty porn, and the movie I'm talking about is Blindside. I'm not even talking about the fact that we found out the family was lying. Like they
Mhm.
made it seem like Michael Orr was this kid who had trouble learning, could barely speak, and but turns out, I mean, he was perfectly good student, but they had to add this extra level of this white savior. They had to throw it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching that movie, you really think no, he went through this, and you would think you can relate to this because you say if it wasn't you, you knew somebody who was going through that same predicament, but you glad they came out of it. But now that's coming to find out that that whole movie was a lie.
Mhm.
That was a slap in the face to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I agree. And um, if you want to see a prime example of real life poverty, poverty porn, watch the NFL draft after like the first round. They love to tell stories about these black kids who never would have made it if it weren't for football. Even though, yeah, it's like, oh, there's no, he's being drafted. He can finally provide for his family. I mean, he's got a degree. He's
Agree,
got a,
right?
yeah, yeah. That was always weird. They love these stories. They love these single parent homes.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
And to go back like from the
Charles.
sitcoms and everything. You remember how all the sitcoms used to have a whole family? You had the
Yeah.
mom, you had the dad, the grandmama, the
Mhm.
cousin, everybody staying as one. You don't see that now anymore though. So I think that kind of plays a role as well as why
Yeah.
we see these single parent or divided households.
hmm I
Well,
do want to
there's
point
South
out.
Central.
Go,
That
go
was
ahead.
one example. South Central was one example
Mhm.
hmm
where a father wasn't in the home.
hmm
I guess a blended family, also like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You can think of that as well.
hmm Why he don't want me, man?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking of the episode
Yeah.
too.
That was
Uh,
neat.
yeah, and I do want to point out the reason that they clowned Tyler Perry with Alex Cross. Um, he was a terrible actor in it. I think that was the problem. I saw Alex Cross. I was rooting again. I was rooting for him. Yeah, no, he was just a terrible actor. It's not. It's like I'll die before I let you hurt someone again or something along those lines. Yeah, yeah, that was not Tyler's
Saying,
best moment.
saying that whole line with the 12A shotgun. I say, bro, you're not going to use that. Go ahead, get that to me.
Right,
Yes, thank you,
right,
sir.
right. I mean, again, I wish him the best of luck, and again, I'm glad he's found a lane and he's been profitable, and he
Mhm.
he he is putting black people to work.
Mhm.
Yes,
His
Yeah,
work just isn't for me. I'll put it like that. His
it
his
is
work
for
is
someone
definitely not
else.
for
That's
me.
for sure.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
I love Tyler Perry, but I love him when he did the stage plays like that.
Mhm.
That would put him on. Like
Yeah,
his stage plays was phenomenal. I promise you
yeah,
they were.
yeah. Making a switch. Charles had a good question. Did any of you see American Fiction?
Yeah, yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Loved
yes.
it.
I loved it for several reasons. Even though she was in it for only about 5 minutes, I love me some Issa Rae.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I thought it was a good film, and honestly, it is something I could see happening in real life. I think that was the other thing.
Um, I just thought, Issa Rae's character could be compared to Tyler Perry, where he's given into these black stereotypes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for people who don't look like him.
right. And American Fiction kind of pointed out something that I'm sure is Tyler Perry's thing. You may want to write this one thing, but then on the other side, here's this thing that if you write, you make money.
Hmm.
And I get
Exactly.
as an artist, you kind of have to decide: do I want to be true to my art, or do I want to be able to pay my bills?
I
Yeah.
have a question to pose. Do you think it's because pain makes money?
Yeah,
I mean, there's plenty of
Because
movies that prove that
Or
theory.
trauma, I should say, makes
well,
money.
well before that, like they say, sex sells, and you see in every music video how people wearing their clothes they sell. So if sex sells, pain would definitely make money.
yeah.
Hmm.
I used to work in newspapers, and there was an old newspaper saying, "If it bleeds, it leads." You know,
Yeah,
shooting, violent. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's page one. So there's definitely an
shit,
element
that's
of
still that's still the case. What are you talking
yeah.
about back
Right.
then?
Let me try to be optimistic that things have changed since I got out the business. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no,
there's
it's still the
definitely
same.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's still the same.
yeah, hello, journalists. So yeah, I can speak actually real talk. It's still the case.
and then another man is oh yeah, they're bringing the heat now. The magical Negro.
Mm.
Ooh.
I have a love hate relationship with the magical Negro. It's magical Negro is it's a reverse
Huh?
white savior, but
I ain't trying to laugh the way you said. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you know what I'm just saying? It is. But yeah, the magical Negro is just anytime you watch a movie and some usually white person is
Mhm.
struggling and some usually old man just comes and gives him some folksy wisdom, usually common sense wisdom. And
Oh yeah.
that's basically the magical Negro syndrome.
And then for some reason that magical Negro always got to die some kind of way.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
or yeah.
Well, prime example, the Green Mile, John
Yep.
Coffey. You tell he did all this stuff. Tom Hanks said, "Hey, bro, if you want to go, I can let you leave. I say you can knock me out.
Mhm.
He free." But
Yeah.
nope, John Coffey stayed and got electrocuted. I was like, "What's the point of that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be out healing more people. Just saying.
They
Legend of
kind
Bagger Vance. Yep.
of,
Beautiful movie, but that ending was just terrible.
Yeah.
But we all knew it was coming. So
Yeah,
yeah.
predictability at its finest. It kind of reminds me of like that old Disney where the guy was like happy to be enslaved and he's like smiling and stuff. It
Song
kind
of
of
the
reminds
South.
me, yes, it reminds
Mm.
me of the magical Negro as well. And there's this old comedian that will portray, this is like 1920s, can't think of his name. Is his name is, no, that's not his name. That's a, never mind, wrong person. But he would dress up as a comedian. He would perpetuate the stereotype. Like
Mhm.
he would try to make his lips bigger. He would put on more black or brown paint on his face to make
black
himself blacker.
blackface.
And yes, he would blackface, or he made
Mhm.
himself blacker with blackface.
Right.
And he would perpetuate the stereotype. He was a comedian back in the old days, and eventually he ended up dying penniless because that stopped selling for the market at being.
Yeah, he was giving the people what they wanted, or at the very least, what he thought they wanted.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. The magical Negro trope is interesting. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked the magical Negro Society movie that came out. It
A
has
lot of
David
people
Allen
hated
Greer. Yeah, I think they just kind of went off of the description. Because what you thought it was about, it ended up being something entirely different. And
Mhm.
this whole idea was, spoilers for anybody who doesn't want to know, but this person who is selected to be a magical Negro is like, why? this is obviously the wrong decision. Why can't I be free? Like obviously this is not right. So he was supposed to guide this white guy toward this woman that did not like him. So he ends up kind of rebelling, and it just messes up the whole magical Negro society. I do encourage people to go give it a watch. I mean, and David Allen Greer is funny.
I have
Yeah.
another question. Would that
Sure.
make Hitch a magical Negro?
Ooh.
Ooh.
At the very least, he's magical Negro adjacent.
Okay.
Now, I do think Hitch has the one thing in that Hitch got paid
Mm,
Mm.
for
yeah,
what he was doing.
compensation.
Yeah. Magical Negroes, they do it for the love of the game.
Mm.
Okay.
Hitch made some money. He's like, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, does that mean that you liked Hitch or didn't like Hitch? Because that was a very emphatic yes, and I'm just curious why.
I like
Yeah.
how black
Also,
people
I'm
say
thinking in my head, of course. I'm also thinking Will Smith in Aladdin. Play the genie.
Oh,
Mm.
yes.
I mean, that was an actual magical Negro,
Mhm.
Dun,
a
dun.
truly magical one.
Yeah, you could talk about him who's playing Men in Black. He was chasing
Oh,
80,
Yep.
and his counterpart was a white man.
Hmm.
And Independence Day. Remember, he killed the aliens.
Hey,
Um,
he saved the Earth in Independence Day. Never forget.
Okay.
Yes, that's
so
right. I said the Earth.
I think we can all make a declaration that Will Smith is a magical Negro.
Yeah,
I can agree
Do I
with
have a
that.
second?
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he was
I second it.
because he was Hancock as well. We forgot about
Yep.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I definitely.
he played a drunk hobo superhero.
Hmm. But he
I
made it
wrote
work.
Yeah.
Oh, I Am Legend. Jesus.
Oof. Bad movie, but I get your point.
Oh,
You know
even
what?
in 7 Pounds, where he was giving gifts
Mhm.
like a
Oh
kidney,
yeah.
stem cells, like
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Will Smith, he not only is he a magical Negro, he's like a magical Negro, at least a lieutenant. Like he's pretty up there on the totem pole.
And he got a magical slap.
what does the 5 fingers say to the face?
So you mentioned Will Smith. Does that mean I got him to American Negro? He was in a couple. I don't know if he's on Will Smith's level, but he might be on the list too. But you
Hmm.
mentioned Will Smith, and that made me think of something. For a while, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were the closest thing we had to black royalty. You know, they were a celebrity couple. They were a long-lasting celebrity couple, and they were both big celebrities. You know, I'm not
Well,
talking about So I wonder
okay,
who would
wait.
we think is black royalty now? Uh-oh, you have an objection?
Yes, because I don't
Okay.
think black royalty is the right word. Of course, when I think of black royalty, I think of the Obamas. But I think it's like the black happily ever after that we always wanted. Because remember, they were always in the Black Love issue of Ebony every February. You
Mhm.
know, all smoochy face and things of that nature. So I think I would call them more like the black happy ending that
Or what about black
society.
Hollywood royalty?
I'm
Or you're just not liking royalty at all?
I
There
mean,
are-
we could say Beyonce and Jay-Z. I guess it's royalty today.
Bobby and Whitney.
I'll
Well,
say what's that? Russell Simmons and Sierra. Now that's a
no,
beautiful.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, Russell Simmons? Whoa, I missed
Russell
something.
Wilson and Sierra. You know that's a beautiful couple right there.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful couple, and they both, for lack of a better term, kind of elevated each other for
Mhm.
the better. Because going from Future to Russell Wilson is definitely a style and personality change. And
Yeah.
I do feel like Russell has kind of shed some of the corny label since he got with her. So
Because
yeah, I can
because
see that.
because the reason they call him corner because his folks raised him right, how to treat women, how to respect women, and don't be into like all the BS that we see on a daily basis, like the real Hollywood of
Right.
wives or whatever we call it. See, that's corny because you put an embarrassment on the black race because
Yeah.
they now everybody expecting like that's how Allison and Shanice's supposed to act. No, they don't
Right.
act like that. They are totally different. But you
Right.
give them the word that image. But
Right.
on this side, you got Russell, and you got Sierra. You got Russell, who was raised right, know how to treat women. Call him
Mm-hmm.
queen. This
Yeah.
man brought out a whole Waffle House for Sierra on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. And not only that,
Mhm.
he treats her kid like his
His
own.
own.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and that says a lot. So
That speaks
yeah,
a lot of volume. You could take care of somebody else's kid that's not yours. That speaks a lot about you as your character as a man.
right,
Mhm.
right, right. They're a little lesser known, but Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance. I mean, you've got
Yes.
yeah multiple nominations and Emmy wins for them. I think we have some people to pick up the slack
Somebody in
there.
his comment section is ignorant. Alan said Bobby and Whitney forever.
You know what? I,
You
I
just
will
killed
say
my point.
I will say this. Um, Notwithstanding some habits that both of them had. Whitney Houston got on national TV during an awards show and lied for her man, and that is a level of love. Cause I forgot the awards show, but she was like, "Shout out to my husband Bobby Brown, the original king of R&B."
I thought you finna say something else. I thought she got
I
on
thought
TV
you
No,
and
were going to
said,
say that Diane Sawyer interview.
oh,
"Yeah,
but the Diane Sawyer
crack
interview
is wreck."
show me the receipts for my crack.
Yes. So show me the
Yeah,
sheet.
no. I'm talking about when she got on
Whitney
national
show.
TV and lied on her husband. That's a level of love. That
I
would be
have
like my wife saying that I'm the greatest basketball player ever.
Oh,
That's that
wait.
level
I
of lie.
got one more magical Negro.
Oh
Uh-oh.
dear. All right.
Michael Jackson.
In his videos.
In his
Mm,
videos, real life.
I
Michael
don't know if
Jackson.
real life is magical because he grew up in I grew up in Illinois, so Gary's like
mm,
right next door. So
mm.
Michael Jackson had. I think Michael Jackson was the first. No. Michael Jackson was the first magical Negro. It wasn't. It was James Brown. He started it.
Yeah. And he learned from,
Yeah.
MJ learned from James Brown.
the Godfather. So
So then came
So,
Michael Jackson.
so I guess the moral of the story is, magical Negroes exist.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That is one big takeaway from this one. Magical Negroes exist. They are everywhere. And will one of them please come talk to me because I need to get my life together. I just want to throw that out there.
Hmm.
Quick, fast,
Um,
and in a hurry. I need that.
Right, right. Oh, Charles has a good question here. Does the fact that society worships negativity and buries positivity affect the African American community more than other communities? I'd say yes to that one.
I'll say yes to that.
yes,
Yeah.
I would even mention like Diana Carroll. Back in the day, they wanted her to portray a single mom, and she said no. Of course, someone eventually was going to do it and it's not that women or people want to portray certain things; it's the money. Taraji P. Henson even cried about like not getting the money that these millions of movies. It's
Hmm.
like
Mhm.
either you starve or you take the role that no one else wants to take. Not that
Yeah.
you want to, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's like if you don't do it somebody else well,
Yeah.
and even if we stood in unity and in synergy, I believe we can get more done together, but it's like stepping over each other to trying to get ahead and not stepping
Like,
over each other, such as like um, trying to beat each other to the punch or to the roll. It's somebody got to eat.
Yeah,
And
we could talk about Don Cheadle taking
Terrence Howard's.
Terrence Howard's role
Mhm.
in The Avengers. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
understand.
out there.
Just imagine Terrence Harris as War Machine mind.
ah,
But
Launching missiles, man.
it was so
but to
long.
go back,
I don't remember it. I
but
remember him.
but to go back though, of course now we live in a society now. Negativity is the positive thing now, and positive is the negativity. If that makes sense, because you don't want to see somebody like us, how we having this conversation. You don't want to see this. You say, okay, they ain't cussing each other out. They ain't trying to holler at each other. Nobody putting no dirt out. This is boring. Now, if we on here cussing each other out, oh, it's finna go up. This gonna be
Real
like
smart.
50 million shares. And then, of course, Dragon Con got this going on. But now, since you got some, black people that are on here that are Blerds, they love everything about it. We got a voice actor, the journalist, a police officer, Shani, drug lord. So, whatever we do that's positive, now it's a problem. But if we ain't doing nothing negative, it's not gonna be shown and not gonna be seen. This is how all these influencers now becoming so popular because they doing negative things to get their name out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think there's been so many negative stereotypes and negative stories about African Americans for so long that, and they've just become so elevated. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why people like this, worship these negative stories and positive ones. They want to see Skip. That was a perfect job. He's
But
not
think about
wrong,
it.
but still, yeah.
But think about it. Look at all these influencers now that doing these negative things. They are getting interviewed. They're getting famous. They're getting paid for doing the negative stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
you're black. So
Mm-hmm.
this is
Right.
what they expect. But if you're doing something like positive, like me, I'm putting on a black convention. I do stuff for my community. I do
Mm-hmm.
Christmas toy drives. Okay. Like what you trying to do? You trying to get a reward or something? No, I'm doing this because this is how I was brought, this is how I was taught and raised up.
Mm-hmm.
People are used to people having an ulterior motive for things nowadays. Because yeah, I've seen the same thing. Like, oh, he's giving us out. What did he do wrong? You know, what's he
Right.
trying to make up for? What does he just want a tax write off, or is he just
Hmm.
trying to meet? Is he just trying to meet single moms? Yeah, that's just, which actually that's not a bad idea. If I was still
Channing.
single, I'd consider
Channing,
that.
focus,
Oh,
focus.
sorry. Gonna put a pin. Gonna put a pin in that.
We thought we was
Put a
going
pin.
somewhere. I was like, Channing, just dial it back.
Yeah, I was following you until the end.
Hey, DragonCon ain't gonna have us back. This is y'all
What?
last time.
Hey, I'm
I want to
already in.
say that you make a great point, Skip, because I think that was the inspiration for writing the article, especially after interviewing Channing, how, you know, when he first started to do the Blackbird Blur group
Mhm.
picture, you know, started with what, 12, 15 people.
Right.
Now you're estimating 400. And, you know, when I found out that there was over 70,000 people that attended Dragon Con, and if every black person was in that photo, that's less than 1%, were Black Americans. And that should be changed, because I know a lot of blurbs and stuff.
Yeah,
And,
and yeah.
Because
you know,
I
I
think. Go ahead.
Shannon put me on because he told me about Blerd Fest. I went to Blerd Fest. I had a good time. I got my name out there more, and people was very, were shocked at what I was doing, how I was bringing the name of Blerd into the community, the nerd community.
Right. Right. And
yeah,
I think that's the thing. I mean, you just gotta. We have to spread the word about things in our own community, and I think some of that was
yeah,
because, and I know I can attest to this. I didn't see a lot of Blerds when I was growing up,
yes,
so I just figured, okay, there can't be that many of us. So I know that first year, well, no, that second year when we broke 100, I was like, wait, what? Like
Right.
it blew my mind. So yeah, I think now that we've had a chance to see that there are more of us that exist,
mhm.
yeah, that I
I
think that's really helped.
And, you know, first time I heard the word blurbs was when I read W. Kamal's bio, and, you know, Misadventures Off a Black Girl by Issa Rae. They used the word
Hmm.
blurb and they describe what a blurb was. And I'm like, oh shit, this is me. You know, there's, you know, somebody else is like me. I'm not alone.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
and yes, I would love to have even maybe not a blurred track, but I would love to have some more blurred events.
Mm.
Even ones that people could just learn more about the culture.
Hmm.
I think would be great. And if I could find a way to have a blurred party, oh my goodness.
Ooh, we need to
Ooh
find a
yeah,
location and
yeah,
sponsors.
but it is tough
Well,
to get them
well, actually,
rooms.
I'm kind of
Oh yeah, we were
hold that
gonna talk.
hold that thought. I'm kind of got some things in motion. I got to talk to two certain people, but I got something in motion.
Let's
Hopefully,
Mm,
go. I'm rooting for you.
hopefully,
right.
yeah. So I'm trying my best. So I hope it'll come through. But that's no, I'm trying. I got something
Hmm.
in the works.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually a good one. We talked about there are people doing, some positive stuff out there.
Mhm.
Who are some creators or shows that you're following that's, they're highlighting black joy, black happiness, positivity.
Well, you know, I just talked about W. Kamau Bell and Issa Rae with their books. And of course, you know, uh, them being representatives of this culture. Definitely think that's one. I'm gonna come up with another one.
I'm a huge fan of Issa Rae, even just on her social medias, she is promoting positive stuff. She's highlighting other people of color. She's highlighting other women.
Mhm.
Yeah, even if you don't like her shows, if you just follow her socials, you will get something really good from out of that.
And for me, I would say Jordan Peele because he's putting on for the black community because he got black people now being the heroes in horror movies, and the way he and Jordan Peele has a beautiful mind. The way he tells stories and he put details and everything, it is incredible. It is very nice. So I give a shout out to Jordan Peele because he's doing his job, and now he's up for to do something with Marvel as well. So he just
Yeah,
entered the Marvel universe.
right. Yeah, he is. He's his. I don't even want to call it a come up because it's not like he wasn't doing well before he started doing these movies.
Hmm.
But the
It's
way
true.
he was able to pivot from comedy skit guy
Mhm.
to award winning filmmaker in basically the blink of an eye
Mm.
is just amazing. That's a masterclass that I would want to sit in on.
Right. I
Um,
swear, if he giving a class at any convention, I'm going to that class. If it's a thousand
right.
dollars, I'm gonna stay outside and watch.
Uh, the other black girl I have not had a chance to
No.
watch yet. It's on my watch list. I think actually my wife may be watching it without me. I need to talk about her for that. But if Monique recommends it, then I know it's good. So definitely
Yeah.
check that one out.
I
Um.
would, I would like to talk about Quinta, about
mm,
Abbott Elementary
Oh
and
yes.
belief in fatherhood. If you like wholesome father and just a wholesome a family of five, a family of seven, five kids, and a husband and wife, it's such a wholesome thing. Of Quinta, she's been it since he got money. He got at the movie theater. Like Abbott Laboratory is, I mean
And,
Laboratory
Yeah,
and like
Elementary
yeah,
I said,
is
and,
so
and,
good.
and, and both of them started by doing skits. Both
yeah,
of
Mhm.
them.
Isn't
And
yeah,
that
and look
amazing?
what he at now.
yeah,
Versatile.
yeah. Quinta had a glow up too. You talk about the other ones. I mean, yeah, she was doing little skits on BuzzFeed,
Mm-hmm.
and she just
Mhm.
she just kept putting in the work, and
Work.
you can't touch her now. I mean, yeah,
And Shan, I like you said that because when people, if you put in the work, I promise you, it's going to pay off. When people think how, like for me, I never thought I'd be on Dragon Con's media track going live because I remember going to
Yeah.
Dragon Con, say I want to be a part, and now look at God, he put me in a position to be talking at this platform. That's because I put in the work. And of course, you're gonna have some bad days, you're gonna have some terrible days, but you gotta every day you gotta do something to put your best foot forward. So if you just stop, there's no point in stopping because ain't nothing gonna come out of stopping. So you always gotta keep going.
no, that's actually sound advice. And especially now because there are other people within our community that can help put us over. For years, we didn't have people on the inside, or I guess we didn't have enough people on the inside to
Hmm.
help discover us. Again, I was just talking about Issa Rae. You've got Quinta now, so you've got people in there who can say, "Hey, here's some black creators who are doing good things. Let's see if we can, see if we can get a few of them." So yeah, I think there's definitely more incentive now because I
It
do
is.
know in the past there was always the thing, okay, I can do all the hard work, but
Mhm.
I'm black. Nobody's trying to put me on. But I do think I'm not gonna say we're living Martin Luther King's dream yet, but I do think it's gotten better, at least in terms of that.
And then of course it's like if you black, people are not it's not guaranteed or it's not promised that people will come to your aid. Like James Brown said, I'm gonna kick the door down, I'm gonna get it on my own. And you gotta keep and then of course along that journey, you're gonna find people that's gonna believe in you and help you on your journey.
Right. No, and again, I think that is just kind of real good advice that people need to think about. But Uh, I'm kind of curious about where I want to go with this next because this has actually been a good conversation and we still have a lot of time left. So, anything that you all wanted to bring up, consider this kind of the free talk portion.
How long are we supposed to be going on this?
We can go an hour. That was what we were scheduled for. If the going gets good, we can go a little over.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
we've got 10 minutes, and I know you all have lives too.
Five
Can I make a
hours.
personal
I ain't doing
plea
I
for
ain't
a
doing nothing.
guest for Comic Con? I mean, for Dragon Con, please.
Wait, say
Or
that
is this
again.
not this way? Can I make a personal plea to who I want to appear at Dragon Con.
The deadline is passed, but it's not too early to think about next year.
Okay.
No, I
Shaniqua
won't.
Martin Green.
Yes.
I just finished the last season of Star Trek Discovery.
Yes.
You know, she's my superhero, my new superhero. I wish I was Michael Byrne, Fran in my head, but yeah, I'm just so proud of her and what she represents for this fandom. With which I'm very much a part of it. Next Generation was my thing, is my thing. So just to go from that fruition, from being a captain and spoiler alert, she ends the episode as an admiral. She ends the season as an admiral of Starfleet. That's something
like
we've never.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
we've got Tawny Newsome, and I was hoping we were going to get Sonequa too because they had a good. It's on YouTube. They actually have a good sit down. Basically, two Star Trek ladies. They have a good sit down, and they're kind of interviewing each other. And when I saw Tawny, I was hoping she would be next, but we'll try for next year.
I ain't gonna lie, what Juan still said right here though, because when the old school cast of Star Trek give you props, oh, you did something major.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Coming from the original captain, he said, "Oh no, she killing it." That's an achievement right there. Like honestly,
right. No, I agree wholeheartedly.
Because you know how far Star Trek has come from then to now. It had came a long way.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk about the leap of faith that Sonequa had to take. She left The Walking Dead to star on Star Trek, and it was like one of those bit like those things you don't really know how it's going to go. So they killed off her character Sasha Green, and then she took such an amazing leap of faith with Star Trek, because you don't know how shows are going to go, and it's The Walking Dead.
That's a cult classic.
Yeah. They have their own convention, so
yes.
I mean,
is Walking Dead still showing? Is Walking Dead still showing?
They have another. I think it's like Those Who Live. I forgot what it's called, but it's like on the AMC app.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I love Walking Dead, but I said some of y'all got to die soon. Please, just hurry up. It's not gonna hurt.
Well, it's funny because Sonequa Martin Green did that and was successful. Lauren Cohen, the woman who plays Maggie, who was a Hollywood crush of mine for a while, she left to go do a show on ABC. It lasted all of a season, and since they didn't kill her, she was back on Walking Dead after that. So I don't know if it was white privilege or they just realized she was that popular, but like, hey, we'll take you on back. We'll take you on back.
Sasha also had a bad wig, by the way.
Who?
Sasha. She had a bad wig on The Walking Dead.
Come on.
I'm glad you reminded me of that.
And let's not talk about the Valerians on House of the Dragon.
Wig and honestly, hair game. There's been several black actresses who've talked about the lack of hairstylists who knew how to style black hair. There was a show called it was NCIS New Orleans. And there was a black actress on there.
You talking about how the guy on there got the Killmonger hairstyle and that's it?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the one that only guys could get. Yes. But there was a woman on there, and she ended up just kind of abruptly leaving the show. And one of the reasons she gave was that they were destroying her hair, and they didn't know what to do with it. And she pointed out something toward the end in almost every episode. They just put a headband on her head. Yeah. So... Smart. But again, I think that's something that actors have kind of advocated for, is getting hairstylists and makeup artists who know how to work with black hair and black skin.
I would even nominate myself to do it and put it in my contract as a clause for me to do my own hair, bring my own products, have them pay for it, reimburse me, and do my own makeup.
Yeah. I mean,
that way.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to say that people are the same and we should be colorblind. That all looks good on paper, but there's differences that have to be accounted for.
Yeah,
Cause look at the black cosplayers. They can do their own makeup and they are killing the game. You could hire some of them.
Yeah,
like Sis said right here, you could hire her herself. She could do her own makeup. Because some of these black cosplayers that are doing the thing, they are some better than some of these Hollywood makeup artists.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
No shade, but
yeah,
let's be real. Let's keep it a
That's
buck.
right.
yeah. No, you're and I think again part of that was just the culture. I mean, Hollywood has been majority white for ever. Uh,
Beginning.
so yeah, since the beginning of time. And again, even though it's improved, it is still majority white. It's just instead of 99.9%, it's like 90. I don't know, but so I think that was one thing they only ever had white people to work on. So I will say I don't think it's a conspiracy of makeup artists, but I definitely think it's more of just a place of we don't know what to do now.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Wow,
that's
yeah,
the that's part of how there's people in the room now who can make these
that's a good idea.
decisions.
Yes. I will even say I was watching Jasmine W. She's a famous comedian that goes across the country, and she went to I think it was Shea Moisture or a organization that a hair care line that supports black hair, and she said she had a white woman do her hair, and she was like fluffing up her hair and looking all nervous and was like probably doing this like, what texture is
What to
this?
do? Right, exactly.
Right, it just messed up my hair, but thinking about like
Hey, you,
thinking
you
about
committed to the bit. I appreciate that.
yes,
Sacrifice.
I know it's a little bit. And she said she was like having to like she's like she was like going to she was like like she's like, you have to detangle my hair first, and she was like doing it like this, and she said wait one moment, and having to literally lecture her through doing her hair. And she was like, if you're going to invite me to this event, please have someone that knows how to do my hair or have me do my hair.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing. I'm sure there've been some actresses who wanted to speak up,
Mm-hmm.
but they were afraid to. It's like I don't.
Afraid, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want
Right.
to get the
And
reputation of
be
being
tired of
difficult.
place, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But let me ask this
Um.
question.
Go
Uh,
for it. Oh no,
So,
go for it.
everybody here has been to Dragon Con at least once, correct?
Yes.
How was y'all, coming from, African American standpoint, how was your first experience at Dragon Con?
I'll go ahead and start. It was overwhelming. Not from a racial side, but just because I had never been to anything that big before in my life. Actually, Dragon Con was my first science fiction convention, period.
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah, I basically went into the deep water early. Now it was I didn't see many at first. It's obviously grown, but I do remember being excited when I did see people of color cosplaying. And I'm talking black, Hispanic. I saw some Native American. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, there's brown people totally,
Yeah.
and they're into this. And I was like,
beautiful.
yeah, I was like, I need to step my game up. And even when I would go to just some of the panels, just seeing, oh wow, there's other black. I'm a huge GI Joe cartoon fan. There's other black GI Joe fans in here. I have found my home. It's just so yeah. It was great. It was good to see, and I truly love the growth that's been there.
Okay.
Anybody else?
My experience was good. I was with my mentor Renee Cooper with the I think we were with the animation track at the time or media, and it was good because I had someone to literally like walk me through, and I had went to MomoCon before Dragon Con. Of course, Dragon Con is so much bigger, and I participated during a parade, and I was able to meet a lot of people and participate on a few voice acting panels. So it was a good experience, and it keeps getting better as the more I go.
And last year was my first time going to the Dragon Con, which I was so thankful. Part of my research for this article. And then one of my friends, Candace Bazemore, I call her my fairy con mother. And so she showed me the ropes. She showed me everything. She told me about all the panels, all the parties, and held my hand the whole weekend. So I was able to have that person help me through it. And now I feel even more excited and anticipation for this year's Dragon Con.
Yeah, once you get that first one out of the way, it does become more excitement. But yeah, I remember the first one. I'd never had enough time to do everything that I wanted. You don't know where everything is. I
Is
got
right.
lost so many times trying to get just from the Hilton to the Sheraton. Yeah, and this was before. I don't think the Westin was a host hotel in 2008. But yeah, once you kind of learn the footprint of where things are at, it is much easier to get around.
Yeah, it is.
So I did want to keep this around an hour, but I wanted to bring up one other controversial ish issue.
Uh-oh.
Colorism, particularly in Hollywood. Um, the basic gist of it is that it is easier for light skinned actresses of color to get roles, and that they should be passing up on these roles to allow darker skinned actresses to get them. Um, Halle Berry was a good example in Storm. Oh geez, who was it? Zoe Saldana who
Hmm.
played. Yeah, I can't remember the role, but yeah. So you
Nina
get this.
Simone.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm just wondering where do you? I have my own theory about it, but I'm curious to know where you all come down on that.
I think on that subject, it depends. Like, what are their what are they going out for? Because if you're trying to tell like a historical African American type of story, of course it has to be somebody black because you can't have somebody that that is of the light skin coming in to portray a certain character that we all know for a fact that has been black since we were born. So that's
Mm-hmm.
not going to work. And then you can't make that person. They can act it, yes, they can get their part, but us being black, have you actually lived through that? I remember one time they asked Denzel the same question, and Denzel said this. He said, "Have you ever experienced waking up Sunday morning on Easter morning and you smelling that hot comb touching your sister's tail with that grease? Have you ever experienced that?" No. So it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
I had flashbacks.
Yeah. I can smell it
I'm
right now.
sorry.
The
I saw you
Smell it right
like,
P-
now.
you causing PTSD out there, man. Every black woman listening just did one of these numbers.
she's like, "Ooh, Skip, no, you didn't."
I don't know. I'm torn because I feel like it's pitting two people who are is making two groups fight over scraps when
Hmm.
there's a whole big table of food over there. I
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, all those light skinned women, they're taking your roles. Dark skinned women, go get them,
Yeah.
go attack them. But there's plenty of other roles out there
Right.
that they should be considering people for.
And I'm also a news nerd. I guess that's why I'm a journalist. But just with watching my favorite anchors on, Joanne Reed on MSNBC and Abby Phillip, who's also my SOR Delta Sigma Theta, uh, on and
You,
Laura Coates. They
you
have
D9?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm a Sigma. Okay. I
Okay,
said,
what's up? What's up? Um, they have the hardest time lighting them.
Mm.
Mm,
It's so frustrating
mm,
because these are beautiful black women. They have so much to say, so intelligent, but it's distracting when you can't see their eyes because it's too dark, or they have
right.
the wrong filter.
right.
um or with Joanne's case, they turn all the lights on for her,
Oh.
super bright. But
Light them up. Light them up. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was weird. I thought it was a little disingenuous also to ask light skinned actresses to turn down roles for darker skinned actresses when they're struggling too. You could
Mhm.
make, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's easier for them, but it's not, it's still hard. It's one of those things. It's not like the oppression Olympics, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like the dark skin light skin debate is really just kind of a distraction from the problem of Hollywood not wanting to cast a lot of black people, period. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Issa Rae did a great
Issa
job
Rae.
because she took that
um
into account. Yeah.
and Bernie Mac and the Bernie Mac show, they did a great job.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
did.
I don't remember. I know I read Taraji P. Henson's bio, and I read Viola
Mhm.
Davis's bio and Leslie Jones's bio. I loved all of them.
Mhm.
They never mentioned colorism in their books, so I don't know if it's
Hmm.
just a debate that they're not experiencing, or is it maybe they don't feel comfortable talking about it.
Probably a little column A, a little
Both.
column B. You know, once you start talking about it, somebody's going to hate your opinion, and so maybe they just don't want the smoke, and I can respect that. You can't be an advocate for everything. You only have so much energy in you. If we tried to fight every battle we wanted to, we would all probably look about 50 years older than we actually are um,
Mm-hmm.
right
Amen.
now. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. um, so
Who
before we
loves getting
wrap up,
ID'd?
man, the first time I went to a restaurant and ordered a drink and they didn't ask for my ID, I was about ready to cry. I was like, I'm shaving my beard off. Like, no, this is not right. I'm not that guy.
I still get that now. I'm happy. I
Mhm.
still get
I
it.
hate you all.
We love you.
Like when I was in high school and my beard started coming in, I was excited. I was happy to look older. Now I'm like, ooh, I got to. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it. Is that it? Can I get some olive oil, just like a case of it? I need just all
Hey
of it.
Shannon, I ain't gonna lie. My gray hair starting to come in now. Just a little bit, not a lot, like yours. But
Oh,
it started to come in
yeah,
little
yeah,
by
yeah.
little.
Man, look, every day I go to the store, I look at the Just for Men, and I'm like, do I want to? Do I
Ooh.
want to? And I slap my hand back. So yeah, it's tough. It's the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
Do you hear Who Wants to Be a Millionaire playing while you're making that decision? Dun, dun,
Yes,
dun, dun.
yes, yes. Ooh, it's right there.
Hey,
Ooh, and it's on sale too.
Jeopardy theme song.
what you just did there, I just see like the words and the options to pick from just pop up. I was like,
Hmm. Yeah, do I want noir? Do I want cocoa bean brown? Do I want do I want Wesley Snipes black? What do I want? What color?
can I
Mahogany. Is there mahogany?
can I phone a friend?
Right,
No.
exactly. Exactly. So I do want to be aware of y'all's time. This has been a great conversation. We were a little all over the place, but that's what I wanted it to be. Juneteenth is a serious occasion that deserves to be celebrated, but part of that celebration is having fun and just enjoying each other's company. Before I let you all go, and I'll start with you, Allison. This is your chance for you all to shoot your shot. I'm sure you want to promote yourselves. Maybe you got some projects or something coming up. So, Allison, do what you do.
Yes, thank you. So, I'm a freelance journalist. My niche is historically Black colleges and universities. I'm a fourth generation graduate, so they're in my blood. Third generation D9, so that's in my blood too. But I write for a lot of higher education publications. I do have my column on Supporter Report where I did write the Black Geeks um, Dragon Con story. So please feel free to check me out there and check me out on Instagram at the Ally Nicole. And like I said, I'm gonna please look out for me in Dragon Con. I'm gonna do a follow up to my article from last year, and also just other stuff in the works. So thank you. I really had
Nice.
fun.
No, thank you. Miss Shanice?
I want to say, Leah, that's awesome for getting ID'd. So, yeah, so you can, if you want me as a voice actress, you can book me on ShaniceSpeaks.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Shanice Speaks. On all of my social media. X used to be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. I also do consulting. I've done nonprofit consulting work for over 10 years and traveled across the world, and from Aspen, Colorado to Boston, Massachusetts, just really helping our young people find their way, whether it's an education, certification, or just getting some type of career path in the workforce. As we know, our young people haven't really have the best hand in life, and we're trying to make sure the next generation is not only financially stable but able to be as independent as they can. And you'll see me at BlerdCon. I'll be dressed as a Black Native American with my flag up, so stop by if you want to see me.
Like it. Thank you, Shanice. What she's trying to say is Shanice, she believes that the children are our future, and she's out there teaching them well
Well,
so that they can
let
Mm.
them
lead the
be their
way.
way.
That's right. Thank you for showing them the beauty they possess inside.
Thank you.
Big facts.
Yes, yes. All right, Skip,
Okay.
what's going on in your world?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy SKIP.88 from Blurred Over saying thank y'all for tuning in. And also, I will be doing the first Black Comic Expo in the city of Birmingham, Alabama. This would be something new, something different from the city, and just to give a different experience and a different outlook to the African American community here. Stay tuned for more great things we're doing. I will be at BlerdCon and I will be at DragonCon. And hopefully stay tuned for another announcement because we will possibly be trying to do a Blerd party at DragonCon. We doing some things right now. I'm talking to two people in particular. And also just stay for more great things. Stay for our Christmas toy drive. Tomorrow I'll go to Selma, Alabama to talk to a group of kids that what I do. So to give them some inspiration to be entrepreneur, to be, to make their own community. And stay tuned for more great things. I'll be bringing my podcast back. I'll be doing interviews and WTW. What's the word? UNITY. What does that spell? Unity.
This man is in everything but a hearse. We were talking about putting in the work. That is exactly what he is doing. You know what? I think that's a generational gap. That used to be a saying
8
when
years
people
old.
when
I
people
heard
were
that
real
one.
busy. Yeah, it's one. Somebody in the comments back me up. I'm telling you.
Can you put me in the Hellcat? I gotta be in the hearse home.
Okay,
I'm a
fine,
real
fine.
Jesus, man. You trying to send
This
me
man
life?
is in everything but a Bugatti.
There we go. Thank you.
Got you, man. Got you.
I gotta go pray now.
And for those of you all who don't know, I am Channing Sherman. You can find me on most social media platforms at Channing Sherman. It's the government name. You're also welcome to look for our group, Black Geeks of Dragon Con, on Facebook. I always say it is a party, not a protest. If you're not black, you're still welcome to join the group. We like allies who want to support us. As long as you want to act right, if you want to be an ally, you can be an ally. Like I say, just act right. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, but I promise you will never see me dancing. I do want to thank the I'm telling the truth. I want to give a quick thank you to the digital media track for letting us have this moment. They've always been real good about highlighting creators of color, and I'm just glad to be a part of that. And I'm sure it's something that they will continue. For those of you who are wondering, next week on June 26th, the Be Awesome Together live stream with Rob Roberts. He's going to host the annual Pride Month episode. Definitely going to tune into that one. Got to support the other minorities. That's what we do. Other episodes on July 3rd, Charles is going to take over because it's Tyra's anniversary. That's good because Charles does not do enough work. So I'm glad that Tyra, who's working real hard, is going to get a chance to take a break. July 10th, MC Williams is going to take over with a panel on podcasting solo. I'm still getting mine and I'm solo, so definitely want to check that one out too. Don't forget to check them out on Discord and their other social medias. Click on the link tree that they're going to post for all the links. If you have a panel on the schedule, please check with your panels. Again, follow the track. They do a lot of good work. Oh, yes, sir.
Do I have a panel?
I think you have two.
I got two.
I think you have two. I will get with you afterwards. But yeah, I think you have two.
Damn,
You're a
I wanna get
celebrity,
good.
man. Accept it.
I'm not a celebrity. Don't believe him. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just me.
You're a
Don't
Dragon
believe him.
Con celebrity.
She's a voice actor. She's more famous than me.
Man, take the compliment. Take the compliment.
Okay, I take.
Yes. I will also be at Dragon Con, so look for me there. And again, thanks to everybody for joining us. Happy Juneteenth, and stay blackety black, y'all.